back to normal tubers, and welcome back to Let's Do a Normal Battle with me, BlueAnkylo. We still want to raise our reputation and whatever, but we don't have to worry about saving towns for later or all that jibber-jabber we've been doing in the past. So anyway, let's load our game up and get started. I haven't been playing my secondary game, in case you're wondering. I spent so much time farming and grinding and stuff on the main game, I lost my appetite to do it again on the alternate campaign. So, I do want to do a short recap here before we jump into the next battle. I've reset some of the units. So first up, there's some new names. Sandy now has her mermaid unit. I've added Willy as a skeleton, and I added one of the silver, eventually platinum dragons to Canes. Those are some new people that joined up. Now, if you're looking at the units and thinking, well, there's a few changes. There's a couple things different. First off, a lot of units are the same. The evil units are the same. The dragons, the dogs are the same. The mages are the same. The undead's the same. I think Kid's unit may have switched people, but it's basically the same either way. But some of these ones with the princesses are now a little differently. So let me explain my logic here. As I've said before, what I'm trying to do is keep balanced units that are all useful, rather than having one or two overpowered units. And what tends to happen is if you put a princess with good units, with lots of AoE or whatever, lots of small units for instance, they end up just dominating and killing everything. Now, this unit I have found to be not overpowered. It's got 2 AoEs, 3 thunder sort of targeted magic attacks, and at the moment 6 melee attacks. It'll eventually turn into 8. And it gets a little bit of extra healing. Basically, the bird type men are pretty bad characters, really. As far as small characters go, they're some of the worst. Maybe not the worst, but they're pretty bad. But we get low sky, plus, because of the princess, it's not a terrible unit. If it wasn't for the princess, if you just put an Amazon or a Valkyrie here, it's a pretty weak unit, but the princess sort of buffs that up. Similarly, we've had a lot of hard times with the high sky unit, trying to keep this one up. So basically, Chris is no longer leading the unit, but I've moved Guy over. You've still got a cockatrice. The cockatrice now gets 2 gales, or if I put him in the front, 3 petrifies, which is pretty awesome. And we've got one of our knights holding the line up the front. You'll also notice as we go through this, I've equipped some armor and weapons to people now. Primarily, if you're a front row unit that's on your own, I've tried to give you something with physical defense so that you last longer. Hopefully you've got a healer to keep you going, but we'll see how that works. Knights don't get amazing resistances. I've also vastly changed this water unit. I decided I'm just going to have 1 mermaid and 1 octopus. I was going to have 2 units like this, but there's only a couple maps, the one we're going to do today, but there's only a couple maps with large expanses of water, so having a lot of water units is kind of a hindrance more than a help. It's nice to have them here and there, but I don't want a lot of them. So this is kind of what I decided. If I put Aisha, our new princess, I promoted her off camera, with Sandy and Octopus. I actually have never seen 5 hits. It's always been possible in the base game if you put a princess with an octopus, but I've just never done it before. But I figure this is a pretty... I think it's better than 1 cleric and 2 octopi. I think so. And kind of like that's what I'm trying to do here, is I'm using some princesses to take kind of weaker units with large size units and make them, you know, valuable, so they're not terrible, they're not overpowered, but they're still good. I've also moved Deneb in here. There's no specific reason I made her the leader of the squad. It's mostly just because I felt like it. I didn't really have a great reason for this. But there's Deneb, if you're wondering what happened to her. I wanted to make sure we used her, basically. I figure, basically, like, units like Thunders and Vanillas are already so strong, they don't need a princess. If anything, I should be splitting these guys up so they don't have 3 superpowered casters in the same team. Phantoms is fine. It's nice to have a pure undead unit once in a while. probably the weakest links right now are these dragon and hellhound units. And as much as I think it's like the game basically gives you units like this, the enemy units and the pre-built starter units, I don't think they're actually that good. I mean, the dragons get 3 attacks nowadays, which is better than it used to be. They used to only get 2 in the front row or the back row. Like if I promoted them like this in the vanilla game, they would just have 2 attacks, 2 bites or 2 fires. So that's better, but it's still not amazing. I didn't have any equipment for the hellhounds, unfortunately. But I'm still going to try it out for a bit longer. This unit has been rearranged as well. I wanted to still have a giant unit. I'm trying to show off all the units as well. So I kept one of the giants, put a princess in it so it gets a lot of attacks. It's also got a healer. I'm trying to spread these healers around so I've got more units that are sort of self-sustainable that I don't have to waste healing potions on. And then I threw in a Valkyrie because why not? This is a pretty high alignment. Could be a liberation unit, could be all sorts of things. Could do anything. It's also, because the giant is snow terrain, it's one of my rare snow type movements. These are all the same. I'm still not really happy with Gilbert's unit, the evil, supposedly high sky unit. They need some levels up. But I don't know. It's not my best unit design. Some of the ones, like I'm pretty happy with these low sky evil units, and then the super powered overnight vampire were-tiger units. But I don't know. And then I wanted to have at least a couple angels because they're pretty good eventually as they level up or promote up. But they needed a princess, so I gave them Norn with amazing intelligence because they only had 1 attack front row or back row, which was terrible. And then I just threw in a couple of our knights to give them some cover. It would be better with a healer, for sure, but I wanted to have 2 angels rather than just a single angel. I don't know, this unit would definitely be better with a cleric, a princess, and an angel. And eventually this would promote up. But I didn't have any clerics ready, basically. And I still haven't figured out what to do with poor old Leon. We paid all that 5,000 gil for him, and I never even use him. Anyway, that's the unit roster. I have equipped most of our items, and I've actually, if you're wondering why I have a little bit more money, I sold a few of the randoms things that I'm never going to use here. I can't remember specifically which ones, but like the beast egg and just a couple little things here and there. The item that turns knights into vampires, I've already got 4 of those, so I just sold that. I could sell some Stone of Dragos, probably, because I'm only going to need like 2 or 3, but I wanted to have a little bit of money, and I wanted to have more inventory space so we don't run out of room. And I kept the holy weapons. I think I only have the 3 so far. These are like emergency undead unit. We need some way to kill them sort of thing, so that's why I kept those off. Anyway, that's kind of our update. Let's go to the Kastolatian Sea. I checked off camera between this one and Calbian Valley, or Peninsula, whatever it's called, the other one. This is slightly lower level enemy units, so canonically we should do it a little bit earlier than the other one. Alright, possibly new music. Let's pause it, have a look. So, this is about as oceany as it gets, so you can expect the enemy to have lots of water units. The trick, of course, is that cities are always on land, so as long as you can stay on land and guard a city, you don't really need a lot of water units. Now, if you want to chase them down after you injure them or kill the leader and they run away, you're going to need someone who can at least swim or fly. So having some low sky, high sky units is probably the best way to deal with this one. There's also a lot of hidden towns on this map, probably the most yet. There's almost 1 per island. There's 1 in here, there's like 1 on this island, I think there's 1 over here on that island. I think there's 1 behind us somewhere. I'm pretty sure there's 1 on this island here. There might even be 1 on that island. Like, really, all the islands have towns. There's almost certainly 1 there. And I think there's 1 behind the enemy base. And pretty sure there's 1 over here on this island, too. So, like, there's a lot of hidden stuff. And there's a town down here, too. So, anyway, like, we can see a couple towns, but there's a lot of towns eventually. The trouble is, I think you don't get a reputation bonus for liberating invisible towns. It's just weird. Anyway, let's get to work. So, one thing I didn't prepare is I didn't look at my levels. Obviously, we're going to use Aisha and Sandy. Because it's my only water unit, so I want them out there. They don't have amazing alignment right now. I'll try to bring Sandy's and Aisha's up later. There's going to be another map eventually with higher level undead units than Pogrom Forest. I think it's like level 16 or 17 or something like that. You fight undead ghosts and stuff. Once we hit that, I can try to max out some more alignment on people just quickly. Anyway, so let's deploy Aisha just automatically, right? This is her map. This is her game. And I'm going to send her... Well, I'd like to hold the line somewhere around here at this crossing. So I'm going to send her kind of up here. Well, no, I'm going to send her like right here. No, there's going to be a town here. I'm going to put her over here on the south. Okay. So, next, who do we want to use? I want to try to keep people who are underleveled caught up if I can. I'm probably going to be using Guy to liberate. Level 8, 9. This guy needs some levels up anyway. So, Guy, you've got a new high-flying unit. I hope you do well. Chris and Guy, a couple of our units. Hopefully Chris isn't too mad that he doesn't get to lead it anymore. I'm almost positive there's a town back there, but first up we'll liberate this one. And what else have we got? So Deneb's unit is like level 9. Kids is 10. We're definitely going to need Deneb's unit then. I'd like to get people to level 11 if possible on this map. For good units, they should be hitting level 11. So Deneb and probably Norn. Well, Norn, actually these guys aren't bad. The Angels are a little bit behind, but the rest of them are pretty good. What about like evil units? So Indy's fine for now. Aldrich himself needs a level up, but his unit's not bad. Eric is pretty low level. I gotta get Gilbert leveled up too. Alright, Eric, Gilbert, Deneb. These guys are pretty good. These are my big liners. Kai, if I want a super strong one, I'll throw in Thunders. Alright, so we'll send Deneb and Eric. So then I've got an evil unit ready to go at least. I'm gonna need more units than that anyway, but we'll start with that. Okay, so I'm gonna send these guys. I'm gonna try. I'm pretty sure this. Like, I'm almost positive there's a town here. I'm gonna try to liberate up to this point, and that'll give us at least 2 cities. At least we're gonna probably need more than that. Who did I say? Eric. And then he's gonna be like on the back side for nighttime, so we can switch him out later. Oh, you know what? We should use. Who is it? Yeah, this one. It's expensive, but I want to go pick up some more cities if possible. I'm sure there's one back here somewhere. Alright, let's get to it. I feel like I'm not deploying a whole lot, and a lot of them are princesses. Alright, liberated Jab. I'm still worried that we're not going to get enough reputation. So I'm going to have a special save slot for today's episode again where I sort of refuse to lose reputation like we did last episode. I'm okay with whatever else we get, but I just can't lose extra. I've actually got like too many tarot cards right now, so we're okay. There are a lot of cities on the Kastolat Islands. What do you mean you don't see them? So we got to keep an eye on our income. I have a little bit more money after selling a bunch of stuff, but I mean, hopefully I'm going to liberate like 2 more cities, and then I'm going to see if I can at least make a little bit of money, or if I should Because I'd like to deploy more, basically. And I need to be able to defend these places. I think I'm going to deploy Gilbert ahead of time a little bit. He's a mostly evil unit, so he's not going to be terribly good at fighting unless it's night. But get those high sky units out there. That's what they're good for. What I'm kind of worried about is enemy sea units kind of sneaking around and grabbing cities from behind my back. I think I saw my reputation go up, so we're at kind of like 50% now at least. Yeah, see, that would be negative reputation. I can't afford that. Have you heard? Eating mermaids will make you immortal. Sandy. If you meet any mermaids, let us know. We'll share them with you. It's kind of terrible. Alright, so I'm thinking... Oh, it was a temple back there. I actually don't care about that. I don't want to liberate that right now, because it's just something that they can catch, and it doesn't make us any money or anything, so we'll forget about that. Okay, so this is the low-flying unit. I'm just deciding, like, how much I want to try to hold on to on the first day. It's not a good idea to go overboard and capture everything. So we're going to have you on the front in case something attacks during the day. And Eric will be on the back in case something attacks at night. And I think preemptively I'll move Aisha up just in case somebody attacks while they're on the way over. The enemy unit, there will be land units, and they'll probably just come down this way and cross the little water here, the shortest path. But they will definitely have water units coming up, at least from the north, possibly from the south as well. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a town on this island. Or at least treasure or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I say there's cities on all the islands. I could be a little bit crazy. Alright, well, let's try up this way. Okay, another... So I didn't liberate that one. We don't have to defend temples. It's kind of what I'm thinking, is I don't want to defend temples. I want to defend money-making towns. Alright, so it's almost night. We got our first enemy unit. It's got 2 octopi at level 10 and a mermaid. So it's night now. We should probably switch these guys around. Although I think Deneb's unit... Well, they're pretty high alignment. They're not perfect hundreds, but... And we're going to want Gilbert's unit... maybe as backup, just in case we get pushed out of the way or something. Okay, so... what I'm thinking here... This is actually a flying unit, but they didn't take... They took kind of the road anyway, but I'm pretty sure Sandy in the water... Well... The problem is these are all high alignment units, and we're going to get stuck fighting during the day. I'll let her fight it out a little bit, but... even in the water against land units, I don't think she's going to do that amazing. Just because it's the wrong time of day. But, I mean, a high alignment water unit in the water during the day would be awesome. But we'll test it out. Hey, we found something. I guess I'm going to liberate this one. I don't know if the enemy will try to take it from me, but... I kind of want more money. I need my monies. I guess... Oh, yeah, that's really lucky. But given how badly I need reputation right now, maybe I should be, like, more careful with what cities I liberate? I don't know. What is black to one is white to another. Don't just believe everything anyone says. Be sure to think for yourself. Yeah, some people lie to you, it's true. If you don't, there's no way you can tell the difference between good and evil. Well, the units that have low alignment are evil, and the units that have high alignment are good. Simple. Oh, look at this! They're just trying to sneak right past. The jerks. It looks like I had her in the right spot originally, kind of south from the town. Alright, Aisha. Let's see how our new water unit does. Let's focus on... oh, it's still doing that. It's still doing that thing. I thought I fixed that. It's disappointing. Tactics. Weakest will take out the wizard in the front. Sure. So we've got mermaids who get single target ice spell. The princess is always good. That's a lot of damage. That's crazy. I guess I could focus on strong. Because I've got someone with AoE, it's kind of more efficient to leave enemies alive barely and let the AoE kill them than focusing on them. Well, my octopus seems to have really good physical defense. Well, I mean, that's not like the enemy wizard has a powerful attack. Icicles. It's pretty good. I mean, I think we've won this easily. The question is more, how sustainable is it? Like, how much damage do we take that we can't heal off? Or can we wipe the entire group? And I think we might. Because the octopus will get 5 attacks. And as long as he doesn't start missing like crazy. Okay, I'm kind of more of a fan of this unit now than I was originally. I think... Is that enough? Yeah. Let's get an extra heal per round too, why not? There you go. Who is this? This is one of our old healers, right? Healing, yeah, this used to be Healing's water unit, but then Aisha and Sandy sort of took the place of one of the mermaids, or one of the octopus. Alright, Eric, you should slaughter these guys at night. No contest, right? It doesn't... Oh, it keeps doing that. Ugh, that's annoying. I don't think it matters what we focus on, because... Well, the vampires just hit everything. Evil ring. Well, I say hit everything. They try. Not terribly effective, unfortunately. I don't think vampires are going to be the best back row fighters. Like, they're actually pretty cool in the front row if you put them up there, because they get, like a life steal. Like, if they take damage, their regular attack actually drains HP and heals themselves. Which is pretty awesome. You have to admit. But if I had done it like that, then I wouldn't know who to put in the back row. Because were-tigers and werewolves are only front row. Like, they do nothing in the back. Look at that! Did you see that little deek there? This little hawkman was trying to dodge Eric. He knows he's out for blood here. Well, anyway, this looks like pretty much the same as the last fight. The vampires also seem to have, like, really good resistances. Like, the key with these groups seems to be not the fact that we can do a ton of damage. It's the fact that the enemy can barely hurt us. We don't even need a healer because they can't really deal damage. Plus, if they're stunned, I mean, that's just adding insult to injury at that point. We may not have, you know, wiped the enemy group, but they're not moving past Eric anytime soon. I kind of like my defensive line there. Looks like the mermaid... Oh, we may have never even hurt the mermaid. No, we did. Somehow she healed up. Maybe they went back to town. Probably... The problem with Blizzard is it doesn't really do damage to, well, water units will have good ice resistance, basically. I should try to at least kill the octopi. Also, interestingly, a cleric / shaman, their weakest element is ice, so the enemy is pretty strong against her. The healer. In fact, if you want to make a really good water unit, what you should do is give your octopi a thunder weapon. So their basic attack turns to thunder, And then if you're fighting another water unit, you've kind of got that one up. Instead of just sort of even. This doesn't look that hard. Again, the enemy are at kind of a disadvantage because they're fighting on land. They're not that good at land fights. You know, I take it back. I was kind of rude to the vampire units, and I was saying they weren't that great. That's I mean, how is anyone ever going to get past him if he's just holding the line there? Like, that's crazy strong at night. We should... Well, it doesn't matter. We'll probably kill the entire group here, no problem. Yeah, well, the water unit's doing good. And this is at night, so keeping in mind that this is, like, the worst time for this group to be fighting. The mermaid and the princess have, like, 50, 60 kind of alignment, I think. Good check. 79, it's actually pretty good. But Sandy's alignment is kind of average. But, like, the octopus would do way more damage during the day, and Aisha would as well. Heck, at this rate, she's gonna get too many kills. I should try to get Gilbert out front so he can get some fighting going on. I hate that bug. He didn't do that for the first few videos. I don't know what's up. This will be a hard group to wipe out, specifically because of the leader in the front row center. It'll be very easy to accidentally kill him and then have it just run away. Plus, the dragons have really good physical defense, apparently. Still pretty happy with this water unit, I gotta say. I'll be interested to see how well it does during the daytime. Because our octopus should really start just wrecking everything. I could probably angle Aisha a little better so that when they finally run into her, we might bounce them directly into our other group. That'd be kind of cool. Aisha. So she's still maybe a little bit too close. No, this will be not a wipe, maybe a wipe. Depends how much damage we can do here to these guys. Oh, that's a kraken. That's the first time we've seen a kraken. Here you go. So, an upgraded octopus, only in the water, gets a special back row AoE. I think he can do it twice per turn, which is kind of deadly. Luckily, we've got a reasonably good healer. Maybe he only gets it once per round. I can't remember. Nope, definitely twice. Yeah, Maelstrom is pretty good. Definitely makes your octopi useful in the back. Oh, 3 times per round. Holy smokes. It was 2 in the original Ogre battle, so that's something that's changed in the ROM patch. It was definitely not 3 AoEs in the back row originally. I'm not even going to be able to kill it. Oh, that, yeah. Okay, Kraken's in the back row. That's tough. I wonder if we can catch him anyway. There's probably not going to happen, even if I send... Well, I'll try. I might be able to catch him with Gilbert. We got him! Okay, I was expecting he'd switch places with the other units too quickly, and then he'd be sort of safe. Ah, well, it's good. Finish him off. Come on, guys. You guys are gonna die. Gonna get crushed by Maelstrom. Alright, good. So Cloudy got a level up. A little bit better at dropping his skull on people. Uh-oh, now he is stuck in a battle here. So, how's he gonna do? Well, the good news is we've got, like, some flying units, and they won't be as affected by the water as, like, a dragon is. Now, one thing you might notice here, the worm, simply because I'm kind of cool like that, I gave him a really powerful sword, actually. The most powerful sword we've got, as a matter of fact. because I was worried about this unit not doing enough damage. It's the sword that's like plus 24 strength and minus 20 intelligence. I figured a worm doesn't really need a lot of intelligence. Which is odd because if you upgrade him, he actually gets a magic attack in the back row, but we'll worry about that another day. I feel like my vampires are missing their AoE a lot. I don't know. It's just me. And the enemy dragons continue to be incredibly powerful. Like, really good physical defense and really good physical damage. Which, I mean, I suppose it's fair. Dragons in the original game were kind of weaker than you'd expect. Alright, we should try to get him still one more level up. Yeah, Eric's unit should be at least one more higher than that. It's almost done. We got a giant unit. Like, this is silly. Like, how many episodes are we into this game and they're still sending us a not full unit? Like, this is 3 out of 5 units. It's kind of silly. Gilbert! You get to maybe get some more level in. I do apologize for not using more Halloweens. They're just, I mean, they're strong, don't get me wrong. It's just kind of gimmicky, so I don't like using them too much. Ouch. I mean, Cloudy did way more damage than anyone else, by a long shot. In fact, the only reason we won that battle was because of our Halloween. So, you know, I guess that's... maybe I should use them more often, is the truth. I have figured out that your chance to hit is related to your agility and the enemy's agility. So, if you find any unit, including something like your Halloween, is not hitting very often, probably just get them some levels up so they grow their agility a little bit more, and that should fix it. This unit's doing good, though. I'm happy. Kind of better than I was expecting, to be honest. Although they're leveling up kind of crazy fast. I think level 12... Oh, wow. Sure. I'll take a Nixie. Well, you know, Sandy, you got to be a mermaid for a little while, but you already got promoted. So, Nixies get... well, usually they would get 2 stabs in the front row and 1 ice storm in the back row. The mod gave them 3 stabs in the front row, which is actually not bad. And still 1 ice storm in the back row. But because we've got a princess running it, it's +1, which 2 ice storms is the reason I have a mermaid, actually. I think level 12 is the octopus level up, which won't make a whole lot of difference for Shinnop. But the Pixie's cool. Nixie, not Pixie. Alright, yeah, Strong is going to be the best. Because of that pumpkin, the Halloween guy, Strong attack will almost always be the best for most damage possible. I think, the viewer that requested the, oh man. That's all the attacks, right? They're out of attacks now? I think the viewer that requested the pumpkin unit suggested putting him on an AoE based unit that has well, anything like a mage or a princess or something, because they can kind of finish stuff off as he hits the strong units with lots of HP. Not a bad idea. I just ended up having a slot on a flyer, and that's where I put him for now. I can move stuff around as time goes on. I like the fact that we've been able to bounce a couple units into each other, into my units. It means we've finished stuff off and not too many of them are running away, basically. Like, I don't think we've failed to slaughter a unit yet. I think we've killed them all. Might not sound terribly high reputation. Might not sound reputable to say we've slaughtered all of our enemies, but that's what we're going for. Oh, these guys are toast. Please tell me they're toast. Alright. Oh yeah, no problem. Kind of want to check out my worm's stats, actually. Yeah, so Pandora the Worm has the Relic Sword. That's the one that adds a ton of strength, so that's why he's doing such crazy damage. We still need more levels, though, basically. There's nothing else to it. Once we get Hawkman into his Raven Man form, which I actually have to lose alignment for, it's going to be tricky. I'll be able to put him in the back row, kind of like Canopus. Okay, daytime. Eric, you did good, but time for you to move out of the way. And let's let... Deneb hasn't really done anything yet, this group, so let's send her up front. How's my money situation? Almost breaking even, but not quite. Oh, and then they just... Look at that! Cheaters! They just skirt the groups. Alright, she did run into us just barely. I thought the AI was just gonna skirt that island completely. So Deneb is cool in the sense that she gets a unique sprite, just like most of the heroes. So she's got, well, unique. She's got her own color at least. She's extra pink. Actually, I think that's what they did with the sorceresses, isn't it? Anyway, it actually doesn't matter what we target here because this is kind of an AoE, we don't get a lot of options sort of group. I will certainly be turning Deneb into a sorceress. She's just got way too much intelligence to waste on trying to stun. Which has nothing to do with intelligence. It's just... I think it's just based on your agility again. Well, the knights carried that battle. The Dull Mage didn't do much, and the Witch helped a little bit, but... Alright, they are going to attack up here, so I'm glad I left one unit. They're only going to be effective during the daytime. I hope they can hold that town. I can use some boots if I need to, actually. Don't forget, I've got boots that I can teleport people around with in emergencies. That way we won't lose cities. Not leader. Let's go with strong. Well, it's kind of, we've turned into an AoE group. I don't know why my status screen, my menu screen in battle is so buggy nowadays. It didn't used to do that when we started out. I don't know if I don't think I've changed any settings in my emulator. Just that one time, a couple episodes ago, where it's like I dropped my keyboard and hit some button, and since then it's just been messed up. I'll have to go have a more thorough sort of browse through some video settings and see if I've maybe touched something accidentally. Alright, what are we fighting up here? Should be a pretty easy battle, I think. I mean, we've got a princess unit. Princess units are pretty good, right? Also, I figure as long as I'm picking the units in my team that have the, it's like almost every battle it's showing up, that problem. As long as I'm selecting the units that have the lowest level, everybody should get about the same amount of screen time. Because once you level up, like, if you have a battle where you get a lot of kills and a lot of action, you'll get a couple levels up, but then you probably won't get to go on the next mission because, well, you already got your levels. So, now it's someone else's turn. I figure that'll work out. Alright, we crushed them. that was good. So what was this? This was double Gale from a Cockatrice, double Starlight, bunch of healing, and the one man up front taking the beating. Okay, we got Octopus and a Hawkman, more dragons. I'm pretty sure Deneb can handle that. The way I recall, this map doesn't actually have a ton of enemy units. We're probably already cutting through them pretty quickly. At least thunder is the right element to take advantage. Oh, yeah, yeah. Now that it's the daytime, look at my octopus up front. He's just gonna crush it. We'll probably get more damage out of Starlight. Ice Storm is kind of the same no matter what time of day. But yeah. Yeah, that octopus is gonna kill everything. I'm excited. I like this group now. When it was just 2 octopus and a healer, I thought it was a little bit weak. This one, I think is good. I think I found a good use for my princesses. Ooh, Kraken time. Release the Kraken. Holy smokes. He gets 5 attacks in the front row by default. In the vanilla game, it was 4. And 2 back row. Well, it said Maelstrom before. Maybe it's... No. Because I know we saw the enemy Kraken use Maelstrom. Still, 6 attacks. That's insane. I've never seen it. 6 would have been impossible in the vanilla game. 5 attacks would have been possible with an octopus and a princess. But there would have been no way to get 6 from a single unit. That's crazy. Alright, Deneb's unit. I'm really hoping you can do a little better this time. 1 stun out of 3. Not what I wanted. The knights up front are doing pretty good. At least my acid hit, but it barely did anything. Come on, Deneb. Okay. That was pretty weak. You have to admit that was not a very amazing fight. You know, we won, but like, not much happened. This one, though, we're just gonna slaughter them. Well, they're in our domain. They're in the water. Dragon's not very good at swimming, apparently. Yeah, the Kraken. The Kraken. Alright, well, you guys have done great. I should probably have you guys return to base. As much as this is your level and you're doing a good job, you're kind of getting over-leveled here. You know what? I'll let them stay out until they get to 14. If they hit level 14, that's it. Aisha actually has gained a lot of alignment here. She started at like 55 or 60 alignment at the beginning of this battle, and she's already nearly maxed it. It's pretty good. Oh, more units coming up here during the day, which is good for us. And fighting on land, which is bad for them. They'll probably get destroyed. See, their Kraken is not going to get his Maelstrom because he's fighting us on land now. That did pretty good damage. Yeah. As long as the front row man can withstand the punishment, I think this group will be okay. The key is really, does the front row knight have enough physical defense to handle it, basically. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a wipe here. Probably would have been better if I'd not killed the leader, though. I wonder if I can chase them down. I'm not sure the speed difference between a high sky over water and a ocean over water. I think we're about the same speed. It looks like we're the same speed, so yeah, we're not going to be able to catch them. Or if we are faster, it's just a teeny bit faster. It doesn't really work. Not enough. Alright, we got an enemy healer Valkyrie coming in. This has been a pretty simple map. Yeah, I seem to remember it, honestly. If you want to do this one without water units, you just put a bunch of units on this island and almost everything just goes straight at it. The water units will fight you on land, and the enemy land units will just slowly cross the little ocean gap. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what we target, I don't think. Wow, so much damage. Oh, that's right! This is... No. This is Aisha, right? This is a hero princess. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. Normally your princesses won't do that much damage this early on. But you throw in a super high intellect princess, and yeah. Yeah, that's what's happening, right? Yeah, she used to be a cleric or shaman, and then we turned her into a... This is why I won't leave... Well, even if canonically they are a healer, because they have such a good stat, it seems like a real waste to leave them like that. Alright, they are still sending units to this northern city. It's fine. I suppose... Oh man, it's been 45 minutes, I'm still playing? I'm supposed to cut it at half an hour. We'll do this fight and then I'll end the episode. This has been a longer one than I meant to. Got distracted by my awesome new units. Now this fight's not looking so hot. Wonder what the problem is here. I think we'll still win it, but not by an amazing margin. I guess it's not daytime technically, it's evening now. Alright, well, I can always, remember, I can always deploy another, like one of my imp units or something. In fact, that's what I'll do. I mean, I've got lots of nighttime units if I want. I've only deployed the one so far. Let's send down one of these guys. Who's at the lowest level? 11s for everybody. And 9s and 10s. So we're going to send out Aldrich. Although you won't get to see him fight this episode. You've got something to look forward to next time. And I will now use the boots. Boots are possibly the best item you can buy at a store, because instant teleportation to any town is pretty darn good. Alright folks, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm enjoying this match actually. I like my new team roster. There's probably still some tweaks to do as we go further in the game, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. None of my units feel way overpowered, just a little bit. And if every unit just felt a little bit overpowered, I'd say I did a good job. Alright folks, hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Consider leaving a like or a comment or something if you're enjoying the series. And have a great day.